Welcome back to the channel, your ultimate source for geopolitical insights that matter. In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most pivotal moments in global finance, the 2024 BRICS Summit, where 126 nations gathered in Russia to discuss a radical shift away from the US dollar. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on world-changing events. Russia, October 2024. The BRICS Summit. Not exactly the world's most exciting reality show, right? Wrong. Think geopolitical drama. Picture financial intrigue. This isn't just another boring summit. This is about power, money. And who gets to hold the cards in the 21st century? The world is changing, fast. For decades, the United States has been calling the shots. The dollar, the world's currency. But things are shifting. Emerging economies are flexing their muscles. And they're tired of playing by someone else's rules. This summit? It's a sign. A big one. The ground is rumbling. The tectonic plates of global power are on the move. Buckle up, folks. Things are about to get interesting. BRICS. It sounds like a leftover boy band from the 90s. But don't be fooled. This is a group you need to know. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. 5 nations. Diverse, powerful, and united by a common goal, reshaping the global order. This isn't a new club, it's been around for years, building alliances, strengthening ties, and quietly, steadily, challenging the West's dominance. Think of them as the underdogs, the ones who've been watching from the sidelines. But now, they're stepping onto the field. They're done with the old way of doing things. They want a seat at the table. No, scratch that. They want to build their own damn table. And this summit? This is them sending out the invitations. 126. No, that's not a typo. Yes, 126 nations will show up at the BRICS 2024 summit. Here's the complete list of the 126 countries invited to the summit. Afghanistan, Algeria, Angola, Argentina, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Belarus, Benin, Bolivia, Botswana, Brunei, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Cambodia, Cameroon, Cape Verde, Chad, Chile, Colombia, Comoros, Congo, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Costa Rica, Côte d'Ivoire, Cuba, Djibouti, Dominica, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Egypt, El Salvador, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Eswatini, Ethiopia, Fiji, Gabon, Gambia, Georgia, Ghana, Guatemala, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Guyana, Haiti, Honduras, Indonesia, Iran, Iraq, Jamaica, Jordan, Kazakhstan, Kenya, Kuwait, Kyrgyzstan, Laos, Lebanon, Lesotho, Liberia, Libya, Madagascar, Malawi, Malaysia, Maldives, Mali, Mauritania, Mauritius, Mexico, Moldova, Mongolia, Montenegro, Morocco, Mozambique, Myanmar, Namibia, Nepal, Nicaragua, Niger, Nigeria, North Macedonia, Oman, Pakistan, Palestine, Panama, Papua New Guinea, Paraguay, Peru, Philippines, Qatar, Rwanda, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Samoa, Saudi Arabia, Senegal, Serbia, Seychelles, Sierra Leone, Singapore, Somalia, South Sudan, Sri Lanka, Sudan, Suriname, Syria, Tajikistan, Tanzania, Thailand, Togo, Trinidad and Tobago, Tunisia, Turkmenistan, Uganda, United Arab Emirates, Uruguay, Uzbekistan, Vanuatu, Venezuela, Vietnam, Yemen, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. That's more than double the members of the UN Security Council. It's like the entire guest list of the Met Gala, but for global politics. And trust us, the outfits are just as eye-catching. You've got your economic powerhouses, China, India, Saudi Arabia, resource-rich nations like Brazil and South Africa, and a whole host of developing countries, all eager to shake things up. It's a diverse crowd, no doubt. But they all have one thing in common. They're looking for an alternative. An alternative to what, you ask? Well, let's just say the current global financial system isn't exactly known for its inclusivity or its fairness. The dollar, the almighty dollar. It's been the king of the global financial jungle for decades. But even kings can be dethroned. And right now, the dollar's looking a little vulnerable. For years, countries have been forced to play by America's rules. Trade in dollars? Sure thing. Face sanctions if you don't? You betcha. It's been the ultimate power play. But the BRICS nations, they're calling BS. They're sick of the dollar's dominance. They're tired of being at the mercy of US economic policy. and they're ready to explore other options. Call it a financial rebellion. Call it a power grab. Whatever you call it, one thing's clear: the dollar's reign might be coming to an end. Beyond greenbacks, a world of currencies awaits. So, if not the dollar, then what? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Or maybe the million-yuan question, depending on how things shake out. The BRICS nations are exploring a whole buffet of financial options. First up, national currencies. Think yuan, rupees, rubles, and reais. Trading directly, cutting out the dollar middleman. It's already happening. China and Brazil, for example, are using their own currencies for bilateral trade. And then there's the wildcard cryptocurrencies. Digital currencies, decentralized, borderless. A bit of a mystery to most, but with the potential to disrupt everything. Could Bitcoin become the new reserve currency? Who knows, though. That's the beauty of this financial revolution. Anything is possible. BRICS' not-so-secret weapon, the New Development Bank. Meet the New Development Bank, NDB. It sounds boring at first glance, like something your accountant would read about in a dry financial report. But trust us, this bank is anything but dull. It's dynamic and full of potential. Think of it as the BRICS' financial war chest, a powerful tool for economic change. Their answer to the World Bank and the IMF, but with a twist. The NDB is all about funding infrastructure projects in developing countries, making a real impact. Think roads, bridges, renewable energy projects, and more. The kind of stuff that can really boost economies and improve lives. And here's the kicker: they're lending in local currencies, not just dollars. That's right, no more dollar dependence, promoting financial independence. It's a direct challenge to the established financial order, shaking things up. And it's a sign of things to come, a glimpse into the future of global finance. The NDB is just getting started, but it's already making waves. It has the potential to be a major player in the new financial landscape, shaping the future. The West responds, a chorus of concern and maybe a little panic. So, how did the West react to all this talk of de-dollarization? Let's just say they weren't exactly thrilled. There was a lot of hand-wringing, some stern warnings about the dangers of fragmenting the global economy, and maybe even a little bit of panic behind closed doors. The US in particular isn't used to being challenged. They've been top dog for so long, the idea of a multipolar world is a bit of a shock to the system. But here's the thing, the world is changing, whether they like it or not. The BRICS nations are done playing second fiddle, and the rest of the world is watching, eager to see how this plays out. A new financial world order? Are we witnessing the birth of a new financial world order? One where the dollar isn't the only game in town? It's too early to say for sure, but the writing's on the wall. The global balance of power is shifting, and with it, the way we think about money. This isn't going to be a quick or easy transition. There will be bumps in the road, challenges to overcome. But the BRICS nations are committed to shaking things up, and they have the economic might to make it happen. The world is watching. And one thing's for sure, the future of finance is going to look a lot different than the past. Winners and losers. Who benefits from a de-dollarized world? De-dollarization. It's a mouthful, right? But what does it really mean for the global economy? It's more than just a buzzword. It's a significant shift in the way global finance operates. Think of it as a potential economic earthquake, shaking the foundations of the current financial system. And like any earthquake, there will be winners and losers, those who stand to gain and those who might lose out. The potential winners? Well, the BRICS nations for starters. These countries are actively pushing for this change. They're the ones advocating for a shift away from the US dollar, seeking more autonomy. They stand to gain more control over their own economies, free from the whims and fluctuations of the US dollar. Developing nations could also benefit significantly from this shift. Access to alternative currencies and financial institutions could mean more opportunities for growth, development, and financial stability. But who are the potential losers in this scenario? Well, the US might have to get used to sharing the financial playground with other major players. The dollar's dominance has given the US a lot of power and influence over global markets. Losing that dominance could have significant economic consequences for the country. And let's not forget about those who benefit from the current system, the elites and financial institutions. Certain financial institutions and elites have done very well under the reign of the dollar, enjoying immense profits and power. A shift in power could mean a smaller slice of the pie for them, altering the financial landscape significantly. The butterfly effect. Ripples beyond Wall Street. The shift away from the US dollar isn't just about economics. It's about geopolitics. It's about power. The balance of power is changing, and it's not just a financial story. And its impact will be felt far beyond the trading floors of Wall Street. The reverberations will echo in boardrooms, government offices, and homes around the world. Imagine a world where the US can't just slap sanctions on any country it disagrees with. A world where economic penalties are no longer a one-sided affair. A world where international trade flows through a network of currencies, not just the dollar. This could mean more opportunities and challenges for businesses and governments alike. This is a world where the US might have to think twice before throwing its weight around. A multipolar world. A world where diplomacy and negotiation take center stage. It's a phrase that's been thrown around a lot lately. But what does it really mean for the average person? And it's one that should make us pay attention, because the implications are vast and far-reaching. Because it represents a fundamental shift in the way the world works. A shift that could redefine global relationships and economic strategies. A shift away from a unipolar system dominated by one superpower. A move towards a more balanced global order. And towards a more complex multipolar world, where power is more evenly distributed. A world where collaboration and competition coexist in new ways. The future of money, a digital revolution. Cash is king, right? Well, maybe not for much longer. The rise of digital currencies is shaking up the very concept of money. And the BRICS nations are at the forefront of this revolution. China's digital yuan is already being used by millions. Other BRICS countries are experimenting with their own digital currencies. Cryptocurrencies, like Bitcoin, are also gaining traction. Decentralized, borderless. They offer a tantalizing glimpse into a future where money is free from the control of governments and financial institutions. This digital revolution is still in its early stages, but it has the potential to fundamentally change the way we think about and interact with money. Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride. The BRICS Summit wasn't just a meeting, it was a statement. A declaration of independence from a financial system that many countries feel no longer serves their interests. The road ahead won't be easy. There will be resistance. There will be challenges. But the momentum for change is building. The world is entering uncharted territory. The tectonic plates of global power are shifting. And the financial system as we know it is being reshaped. So, buckle up, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride. The potential move away from the US dollar raises critical questions about the future of global finance. Will we see a multipolar world where multiple currencies coexist? Or could this lead to a new financial order dominated by the BRICS nations? The coming years will be pivotal in determining the trajectory of global trade and economic power. As we wrap up, it's clear that the 2024 BRICS Summit marks a significant moment in history. With 126 nations uniting to discuss the future of global finance, the world is watching closely. The outcome of these discussions could reshape the global financial landscape for decades to come. Stay tuned to the channel for more updates on this evolving story.